there are very few things that are absolutely game over, like sticking a fork in an electrical socket. And I think in terms of civilization and where we've been and the struggles that we have kind of undergone collectively, we've had some pretty close calls. The place I work now, Rand Corporation, was instrumental in trying and struggling to figure out how to use nuclear weapons and to use them in a way where we would survive and we would go on, which is just impossible. But one of the things I did when I first started working there was kind of look at some of the notes from that time, just because I was really curious. And some of the brightest minds at that point were absolutely certain, that we were going to end in a giant fireball. That it was just like, no matter what we did, that there was more than even odds that we would all be consumed by an atomic fireball at some point. And it didn't happen. It hasn't happened yet. And so we've gotten through that somehow. We've created the frameworks to have a dialogue with the Soviet Union at that time to eventually tamp things down. We created, people created the political will to conduct arms control agreements. So I think the only difference between that time, for instance, and now is that we're getting close to the fork in the socket moment. That there are things, and Raina, you pointed out that nuclear weapons were the province of state actors, and that some of these biosecurity threats or cyber threats are accessible to so many more people. And so that part does absolutely worry me. That the proliferation and the accessibility of these threats that have these outsized effects is more than what we've seen before.